Imagine walking into a dealership and someone says, "Take this Ute for free. No payments, no loan, just sign and drive away." Sounds like a dream, right? Well, according to many Australian mechanics, some Utes aren't even worth that price. In fact, there are models so unreliable, so expensive to fix, that seasoned mechanics would rather walk home than take the keys. Today on the Drive Intel, we're diving into 7 Utes Australian mechanics refuse to buy, even when offered for free. And trust me, some of these might surprise you. Before we jump in, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the Drive Intel so you never miss the real stories behind the cars people regret buying. Let's start with the Holden Colorado 2.8L diesel from the mid-2010s. On paper, it looked tough. Strong towing numbers, bold styling, and that classic Aussie Ute vibe. But mechanics often talk about injector failures, DPF issues, and transmission shudder that shows up far too early. Some owners reported expensive repairs before even hitting 60,000 miles. The worst part? When the DPF clogs and the regeneration system fails, repair bills can easily climb into the thousands. Mechanics say once those warning lights pop on, they know the owner is in for a painful conversation. A free Ute doesn't feel so free when you're staring at constant workshop visits. Next up is the early Ford Ranger PX models, especially the ones with automatic transmission issues. Now, the Ranger is hugely popular today, but some early versions had problems that made mechanics cringe. Harsh shifting, transmission overheating, and EGR cooler failures became common complaints. The 3.2L 5-cylinder diesel had power, yes, but when something went wrong, parts weren't cheap. Mechanics say the labor hours stack up fast because access to certain components is frustratingly tight. That means more time in the shop and more money out of your pocket. Then there's the Nissan Navara D22, particularly the older diesel versions. It earned a reputation for chassis cracking under heavy loads. Imagine buying a workhorse and then finding out the frame itself can fail. Mechanics have shared stories of seeing cracked frames near the rear leaf spring mounts. Add in rust problems and outdated safety features, and many professionals say it's simply not worth the risk. Even if it's free, you're still paying in safety concerns and future repairs. The Mitsubishi Triton MN also makes this list. While Mitsubishi has loyal fans, the MN generation had its share of headaches. Turbocharger failures and overheating issues were commonly reported. Some mechanics mention that once the overheating starts, it can lead to warped cylinder heads. That's not a small fix. That's the kind of repair that makes owners question every life decision that led them there. Electrical gremlins also pop up, especially in older models. Random warning lights, failing sensors, the kind of problems that don't always have quick answers. Now, let's talk about the Jeep Gladiator diesel version. It looks rugged, adventurous, and off-road ready. But some Australian mechanics say the diesel variant can be a financial trap. Oil cooler failures, emission system issues, and expensive parts, imports can make repairs painfully costly. Jeeps in general have a mixed reliability reputation, and when you combine that with complex diesel systems, it becomes a gamble. Mechanics often warn buyers that while it may look cool in the driveway, it might live more at the workshop than on the road. Another one mechanics hesitate to touch is the Great Wall Steed. Budget-friendly? Yes. Reliable long-term? Not exactly. Early models had build quality issues, weak engines, and questionable safety ratings. Mechanics often describe them as cheaply assembled, with parts that wear out far quicker than expected. Rust protection was also a major complaint. When a vehicle starts deteriorating faster than it should, even free ownership becomes a burden. The Volkswagen Amarok, with the early twin-turbo diesel, also raises eyebrows. While later V6 models gained praise, early versions had turbo issues, fuel system problems, and costly maintenance requirements. European parts and specialized servicing mean repairs aren't cheap. Mechanics say even routine maintenance can cost more than expected, and when something major fails, you're looking at bills that could buy you another used Ute altogether. Finally, let's talk about older Mazda BT50 models closely related to early Rangers. While they share strengths, they also share weaknesses. Transmission concerns, injector problems, and suspension wear are common discussion points in workshops. Mechanics say many of these Utes were worked hard, often overloaded and poorly maintained. That history matters. Even if the truck looks clean on the outside, hidden wear can quickly surface. Now here's the thing. Not every single unit of these models is doomed. There are owners who've had great experiences. But the reason mechanics hesitate is because they see patterns. They see the repeat failures. They see the same models coming back again and again on tow trucks. When someone who fixes cars for a living says, "I wouldn't take that even for free," it's worth listening. A free vehicle still comes with insurance, registration, maintenance, and unexpected breakdown costs. Time without your vehicle means missed work, stress, and frustration. And when repair costs exceed the value of the Ute, you're essentially stuck with a driveway decoration. If you're thinking about buying a used Ute, the smartest move isn't just checking the price, it's checking the service history, researching known issues, and getting a pre-purchase inspection from a trusted mechanic. Sometimes spending a little upfront saves thousands later. At the Drive Intel, we believe smart drivers make informed decisions. That's why we bring you honest insights, real-world patterns, and the stories mechanics tell behind closed workshop doors. If you've owned any of these Utes, we'd love to hear your experience. Did it treat you well, or did it drain your wallet? Drop your story in the comments below. Your experience might help someone avoid a costly mistake. And if you found this video helpful, share it with friends or family who are shopping for a used Ute. You never know who might be one bad deal away from regret. Thanks for watching the Drive Intel. Stay smart, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.